Once upon a time, on the edge of a quiet little village, there lived an old horse named Blaze. In his youth, Blaze was the pride of the farmlands, strong, swift, and tireless. He had carried heavy loads, pulled carts through muddy paths, and helped with every harvest. But the years had taken their toll. His legs grew weak, his back ached, and no matter how hard he tried, he could no longer keep up with the farmer's work. One crisp morning, Blaze stood at the gate of the pasture, gazing toward the distant hills. "I cannot work in the fields anymore," he thought, "but my voice is still strong. Perhaps in the city, I can sing and earn my keep." With that thought warming his heart, Blaze decided to leave the farm and set out on a long journey toward the city of Everwin, a place known for its lively markets, music, and street performers. The first companion, the parrot. Not far along the dusty road, Blaze spotted a bright green parrot sitting alone on a low branch, looking rather sad. "Good morning, friend," Blaze greeted. "Why do you sit here so glumly?" The parrot let out a weary sigh. "I used to live in the marketplace. People would gather to hear me speak and laugh at my jokes. But my beak has grown crooked with age, and now no one wants to keep me. I have no home, no work, only my voice left." Blaze's ears perked up. "Well, that's perfect. I am going to Everwin to become a singer. Join me. I will sing the melody, and you can add your chatter and whistles to keep the crowd entertained." The parrot's eyes sparkled for the first time in weeks. "A band, you say? That sounds delightful." And with a cheerful flap of his wings, he joined Blaze on the road. The second companion, the frog. As the sun climbed higher, the two travelers reached a small pond. On a lily pad sat a frog, croaking a slow, melancholy tune. "What's wrong, frog?" asked the parrot. "I used to be the loudest voice in this whole pond," the frog said sadly. "But now, everyone ignores me. They say my croak is too deep and heavy." Blaze grinned. "Deep voices are powerful. Why not come with us? You can keep the rhythm with your croaks, like a drum in our music." The frog's face lit up. "A band? Yes, yes, I like that idea." And with a splash, he leapt onto the back of Blaze, joining the growing troop. The third companion, the fox. By evening, the trio wandered into a patch of tall grass. There they found a fox crouched low, her amber eyes watching them. "Good evening," Blaze said gently. "Why are you alone in the grass?" The fox sighed. "Once, I was the fastest hunter in my pack, but age has slowed me down. My legs aren't what they used to be, and I've been left behind." The parrot fluttered down beside her. "Come with us. Your sharp, clever voice would be perfect for storytelling between songs. Crowds love a good tale." The fox tilted her head. "A band of traveling musicians." She thought for a moment, then smiled. "Yes, I think I'd like that." And so, the fox became the fourth member of their little company. The light in the night. The moon was high when they entered the Moonlight Forest. They were just about to rest when the parrot, perched in the tallest tree, called out, "I see a light ahead. There's a house in the woods." "I'd rather sleep indoors than in this dark forest," Blaze said. "And maybe there's food," the frog added, licking his lips. So they followed the glow until they reached a small wooden cabin. Blaze, being the tallest, peered through the window. "What do you see?" whispered the fox. "I see a table set with roasted meat, bread, cheese. Oh, it smells heavenly," Blaze said. The frog's eyes grew wide. "Let's go inside." "Wait," Blaze continued, his voice dropping. "There are 4 armed thieves feasting at the table." They all groaned in disappointment, but the fox's eyes glimmered with mischief. "What if we scare them away? Then we could have the food and the house." The plan. They quickly formed a plan. Blaze stood at the window. The fox climbed onto his back. The frog leapt onto the fox, and finally, the parrot settled on top. At Blaze's signal, the parrot screeched. The fox let out a chilling snarl. The frog croaked as loud as thunder. And Blaze neighed and kicked the shutters open. The terrible noise shattered the night. Inside, the thieves froze, then leapt up in panic, shouting, "Monsters! Monsters!" They grabbed nothing, left their weapons, and ran into the dark forest. A new home. The four friends crashed through the window, sat at the table, and enjoyed the thieves' abandoned feast. When their bellies were full, they found warm corners to curl up in and drifted off to sleep. But the night wasn't over. Near midnight, one thief crept back, hoping to reclaim the house. As he struck a match to light a lamp, the fox sprang at his face. The frog croaked deafeningly in his ear. The parrot flapped and shrieked, and Blaze kicked him so hard he tumbled out the door. The terrified thief stumbled back to his companions, shouting, "It's not just one monster, there are four, and they're all furious." The thieves never returned. From that night on, Blaze, the parrot, the frog, and the fox decided they didn't need to go to Everwin after all. The cabin was perfect. They spent their days making music, telling stories, and enjoying each other's company. And thus, in the heart of Moonlight Forest, a new band was born, the four musicians of Moonlight Forest, whose laughter and songs could sometimes be heard on quiet nights, drifting through the trees.